Hey y'all, welcome to a Saturday Suds on Uncle Bub's Bell Buckle Beer Reviews. Man, it's just a beautiful day here in Bell Buckle, Tennessee. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. It's been beautiful all day long. The humidity is kind of low, but it's been kind of hot today. I guess it's been in like the mid 80s. But I'm sitting out here under my gazebo, and it's just been very pleasant. I've been making a few videos. But today, what I've got is a beer that I picked up at a local convenience store. And it's been sitting in my fridge for maybe a month now. I just hadn't gotten around to doing it yet. And since then, I haven't seen this beer again in my local convenience store. So what I've got today is an Icehouse. And I've never had this brew before. It's an Icehouse, ice brewed for bolder taste, 5.5% alcohol by volume. This stuff is brewed, let's see, it is brewed by, I don't know if I can see it here, Plank Road Brewery, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay, this is 1 pint, 8 fluid, well, 24 ounces. 24 ounces, 5.5% alcohol by volume. Icehouse. I've never had an Icehouse that I can recall. So anyway, this thing has been in my fridge, and y'all think I'm an alcoholic or something. After I tell you this, I've got one of those old style refrigerators, you know, that everybody had when they were a kid that sit in the kitchen. One of those old ones. I've got it out in my garage. It's got the up top freezer and the bottom refrigerator. Well, the bottom refrigerator is full of wine and beer, and the wine's from my wife, but she don't drink that much, and then the beer's for me. Then I have one of those small refrigerators, stands about that high. Got one of those in my bedroom, and it's full of beer. And it doesn't have a freezer, and it's all refrigerator. But if you ain't careful, if you put too many beers in there and they touch that back wall, them beers will freeze. I've had that happen a couple of times with me. It keeps my beer good and cold, but they can't touch that back wall. If they touch that back wall, they'll freeze, and it pops the top on them, and it makes a big frickin' mess in my fridge. I've had that happen a couple times. I have to take all my beer out. I got to clean the bottom of them because the glass is all sticky and gross. Anyway, this has been the bottom of that little fridge, so it is ice cold, which is perfect for a beautiful day that's kind of warm. An ice cold Icehouse is what we're going to do today on a Saturday Suds. All right. And oh goodness, uh-oh, it's going to spew on it. It may have some ice in it. Oh my goodness, look at that. Kind of spewed on me a little bit there. I wasn't expecting it. May have ice in it. I don't know. Shouldn't have. Most of the time it's on that bottom shelf, they don't get ice in them, but just clean that up a little bit there. But man, what a pretty brew. Look at that. Just crystal clear, beautiful, bright as it can be. Gold, bright gold color. Of course, the aroma on these domestic beers, you don't get a whole lot of aroma off of them anyway. But man, just a pretty brew. 5.5% alcohol by volume. All right, y'all, so I don't remember what I give for this, but I think this is considered a cheap beer. Whatever, it's a 5.5. It may be a cheap beer, I don't know. I can't remember what I give for it, but it doesn't really matter. If it tastes good, it don't really matter to me. I typically like a beer that's close to 5 or over 5% ABV, and this is a 5.5. But I just love beer, y'all. I love the taste of beer. I love trying different things. And, you know, I've been trying different chiladas here recently, which are really, you know, they're really not my thing. And they're only 3.5% alcohol by volume. So I'm like, you know, just to try them, I don't mind trying them, but it's not something I would make, you know, a habit of drinking on a regular basis. Well, that head is lingering a lot longer than most domestic beers do. It's really hanging in there. And it just typically the head has just a beer flavor. It's not anything special because it's a domestic beer. Most domestic beers don't have a distinct flavor in the head, unlike IPAs and some foreign brews. They'll have a distinct flavor in the head that's different from the body. This one doesn't really. It just tastes like beer. And from my understanding, from oh my goodness, Beer Goals. I watch Beer Goals on Facebook, and he does different things on there, and it's pretty interesting and funny sometimes. But one of the facts, he's got one called Beer Facts, and Beer Facts, he said that the head is basically 40% beer when you pour a head on a beer. So I mean, it's just makes sense. Don't waste that head. And I always like to pour a head on beer anyway, regardless if it's domestic or whatever. Now, if I'm in a bar, I don't want a head on a beer. I want to pay for the beer, not head. So if I'm in a bar, I want my mug full. But pouring it myself, I love pouring a head on a beer. And I've still got quite a bit in this can here. So this is an Icehouse. Just that's all it is. It's just an Icehouse. That's what it says. It says since 1855 on the bottom of the can here. So for whatever that's worth. Icehouse. Never tried this beer. So this Icehouse is for all American workers. Hey, I love and appreciate y'all. Thank you for the hard work that you do day in and day out to provide for yourselves and your families and pay your own way and support our economy and not depend on the government. Thank you, hard-working Americans. It takes us all working together to provide goods and services for our fellow Americans. Thank you for what you do. Cheers, brothers and sisters. Wow. All right. So this is basically, it's just a typical domestic beer, but it's crisp, it's clean, it's got a good mouthfeel to it. It tastes good. Even though it may be considered a cheap beer, dang, this is perfect for a hot day. You've been out doing yard work, and you say, hey, I need a beer. Man, this is good stuff right here. This is the stuff you want. And especially, let's see, at a 5.5%, man, that's perfect. It's got a good balanced flavor to it. And it's beautiful. Beautiful, bright beer. Yeah, boy. Lawnmower beer. You can call it lawnmower beer, whatever. I like it. Man, that hits a spot right there. Dadgum. That is good. Now, comparing it to other ice beers, I'd have to do a blind taste challenge, a head-to-head taste challenge on them. I've had Bud Ice, I've had Natural Ice, and I think I've done head-to-head taste challenges on those. Man, it's got just a delicious flavor. What would I score this one? To be honest with you, I'd score it an A-. As far as beer goes, it's got a delicious flavor. And the flies are just driving me crazy out here. I ain't got my citronella candles burning or nothing. But I would definitely give this one an A-. Not the best beer I've ever had, but man, it is delicious and refreshing for sure. Icehouse. Pleasantly pleased with this one. Pleasantly pleased. Whatever. Anyway, good beer. And like I said, I've been to my local convenience store and it's not there anymore. So I don't know that I'm going to be able to do a head-to-head taste challenge with this and the Bud Ice or the Natural Ice, which I would really like to do. But, I mean, it's not there anymore, so I may have to look around for it. Anyway, delicious brew, get a chance to try it, give it a shot. Now, this is the only way I've seen it in a 24-ounce can. It may be the only way it's sold. I don't know. But it is good brew. It would be good to put it up against Colt 45 or what's the other one? Steel Reserve, I think, is the other one. Be good to put them against those because it's got a good flavor. It may be just a tad on the weak side, but it's still got a delicious flavor to it. Alright, y'all, that's been a Saturday Suds this week. Hey, I love and appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate y'all. Leave me a comment. What do you think about Icehouse? Have you ever tried it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? How do you like it compared to other beers? Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I'll be back next week for something. I'll probably have a taste challenge Tuesday going on next week. Hit that notification bell. Let you know when I'm back on. Y'all stay tuned. Take care. Cheers.